Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is the first session of the A1 level of the book Starten Wir of German that we are going to learn together. And before we start, I want you to take a moment and take some notes, because the things that I'm going to say are really important, because if you do this, you won't have any problems when you get to the higher levels such as B1 or B2, and even you can even talk like a native and you won't make any of those like silly problems that others make. So keep in mind that from the first lesson of the A1 book, you guys have to learn a lot of words with their meanings and their articles, okay, and the gender, the article, okay, which is der, die, das. And when you guys do this, you are going to see a magnificent improvement after a couple of months, maybe after 3 to 6 months. It depends on the time that you guys invest in it. And now let's start the course. Okay, so this is the first lesson of the A1 book, Starten Wir. And the first term that we learn is wie heißt du? It means, what is your name? Wie heißt du? Okay, and when I ask you wie heißt du, you have to answer ich heiße, mein Name ist, or ich bin, okay, which translates to my name is. And you see, in this part it only says the first version, because there are multiple ways to say my name is, but you just learn it because it's important. You can answer with ich heiße, mein Name ist, and ich bin, okay, my name is. And the next term is woher kommst du? Where are you from? Woher kommst du? Where are you from? Okay, and when you want to ask where you from, you say ich komme aus. Ich komme aus, okay. And the thing that I wanna explain is, like, I think it's between A2 to B1 level, but learn it right now because it's important. So if your country is like Turkey, okay, Turkey is Turkey, it has article, because some countries have article, like Iran, Turkey, Switzerland, okay, like die Türkei, der Iran, and die Schweiz, okay. And the United States is also, it has also another article, which is die, and this aus, it means where are you from, and you want to say I am from, this from is aus, so ich komme aus der Türkei, okay. So you just have to memorize this for now. And I know it's kind of complicated, no worries, I'm going to explain it in further videos. But keep in mind that die, we have der and die for plural, okay. Sorry. Alright, so in dative, it's another form of the article, it's them, and die for feminine is der, and for die, which is plural is den. So you can say aus dem Iran, and aus der Türkei, and aus den USA. Okay, so this is how you say that you are from this type of countries. Okay, now we move on. Okay, so the other thing that you guys learn is this part, which is the first conjugation of the first verb that you guys learn actually, which is heißen. Okay, what does it mean, heißen? Heißen, it means to name. Like my name is, your name is, her name is, or his name is, like that. Okay. So, and before I explain the conjugation, I wanna tell you guys that ich is I. It's very important, and some of you might find it a little bit complicated, but it's okay. You just get used to it with everyday practice. So, I is ich. Okay, and you don't say ish, you say ich. Okay, you put your tongue like between your jaw and your teeth. Okay, ich. Ich. Okay, the next one is du. Du is you. Simple. Okay, this one, it's RSC, which is he, she, it. Okay, so R is he, S, it, and Z is she. Okay, and remember, R is masculine, S is neutral or neutral in German, and Z is feminine. Okay, and okay, the pronunciation of these two are really important, because you don't say wir or something like that. You say wir. Okay, wir is we. Okay, and you don't say ihr for this one. You say ihr. Okay, it's you all. Like, imagine there are a couple of friends in front of you, and you want to talk to them all, and you want to say something like, ask them a question, and you say ihr. Okay, and Z, this one, you see it's capital. Again, you always have to keep in mind that you write it even in the middle of a sentence, Z with S capital. Okay, so it's formal form of you, but it's formal. Okay, and when you encounter someone on the street, or maybe you have something to do outside in Germany, then you have to use Z. Okay, and how do we conjugate this? Let's start with this verb actually. So, ich heiße. Okay, you just remove this part, this en, when you want to conjugate a verb in German. Just remove this part. Okay, and then you add I to the end. Okay, you say ich heiße. Okay, and when you want to conjugate it for do, you again remove en at the end of the original form of the verb, and this is an exception. Okay, so you just add t. Okay, because usually you add st to it, but I'll just explain it later. No worry, guys, I know, but no worries, I'll just explain it. Okay, du heißt and sie heißen. Okay, this is formal or formal in German, but this book and this part isn't completed, so I just write it again. So du heißt, it's an exception, and there are a lot of words out there, verbs out there that you conjugate it like this. You just add a t at the end, but usually you add st at the end. Okay, and for sz, he, she, it, again you say heißt. Okay, like here there's an example. Mein Name ist Fabio. Okay, and you can say it like this: heißt, because Fabio is a man, heißt Fabio. Okay, his name is Fabio. Heißt Fabio. This is all. Okay, so heißt Fabio. And for Wir, for wir, say heißen. So what we do actually here is we keep the en just right there. We don't move it, we don't do anything with the original form of the verb. Okay, heißen. Wir heißen. And for ihr, you say heißt. So again, you add t at the end. And you add usually. Okay, this is an exception, but usually you add st at the end and ihr t at the end. Okay, and for z as you in formal form, actually, you say heißen. So what we do here is this. We keep this en at the end because we respect the other person. Okay. All right. Now we move on to the next page. Okay. So here we have Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, and Guten Abend. Okay. So when you see someone, when you see your friend, for example, in the morning, and say Guten Morgen. Okay. And these are the things that you guys have to just memorize. Okay. There's no rule behind it. Just Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, and Guten Abend. Okay, so good morning, Guten Tag, that means good, have a good day, or a good day, and Guten Abend means good evening. Okay. Now there is another verb in this page that I want you all to know that. I mean, it's not usually a popular verb, but it's useful and handy. So it's buchstabieren. Okay, slowly. Buchstabieren. It means to spell. Buchstabieren. Okay, so for example, you say ich heiße Alex. Okay, you say ich heiße Alex. Okay, and the other person asks wie buchstabieren Sie, okay, den Namen, and then you start to spell the name, and it's, for example, Alex. Okay, like this. Simple, it's super simple. Okay, buchstabieren. Okay, and here we have another term which is Entschuldigung. Okay, Entschuldigung. See, Entschuldigung. It's sorry. And the other term is wie bitte. Wie bitte. Okay, wie bitte. Wie bitte is like, excuse me, what? When someone asks you something and you didn't hear that, actually you say wie bitte. Or sometimes in some cases, when you're surprised or you couldn't catch what the other person said, you just say wie bitte. Okay, so it depends on the way you pronounce it, actually. Okay, now come to the other part, which is the alphabets. Okay, and alphabets in German are called Buchstaben. Okay, means alphabets. Alphabets. Alright, like this. Okay, so let's start together. It's A, B, C. Okay, you don't say C or something like that. You say C. You see this T? You say T, T. You say T. Like, imagine a snake trying to bite you. You say T. Like, okay, so C. And this one is D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, this one is really important. So you don't say J, you say J. Okay. This one is K, L, N, N, O, P, R. Okay, this one is really important and you must learn it. So it's R. You don't say R or R. You say R. Okay, so you just have to roll your tongue back a bit and pronounce like R. Okay. And I don't know, for the people that don't have this letter R in their language, it's kind of hard. Like for the English speakers, it's really hard to pronounce, but you guys can do it. It's okay. It's R. And then this is S, T, U, V. Okay, this one is, in English is V, okay? But in German is V. And when you see, for example, there's this word, okay, the Vogel, okay, which means bird. So der is the article, which is masculine, and it's not Vogel, it's Vogel. Okay, so it's fe, like pronounced like fe, and the it's like V. Okay, then the next one is V, X, Y. Okay, so this is not Y. Okay, this is Y. This one is Y. Okay, and we're going to see some examples later that it indicates actually how we pronounce this one in the middle of the sentence. And then we have set. Okay, set. So this one is S, this one is set. Okay. So I'm sure that you guys know this because in English we already have these alphabets, but here we have a couple of more alphabets. So the first one is A umlaut. Okay, so it's like this. And then we have O umlaut, which is this. And the next one is U umlaut, which is this. And then we have this one, actually. What, like, you guys would ask what this one is, okay? So let me explain. Let's start from A umlaut, okay? So A umlaut, you pronounce it like E, okay? Like E. But it's kind of more E than E. Okay, I know it's kind of complicated, but listen. For example, Ägypten. Okay, Ägypten is what? It means the Egypt, the land, okay? The Egypt. So you say Ägypten. Okay. And this one, okay, the U umlaut, you don't say U O umlaut, okay? You say okay? So it's not O, it's The next one is U, not, it's U umlaut, but you just pronounce it as U. And then we have this one, which is Se. It just sounds and rhymes like Se, okay? And we had a verb actually, heißen. See? Heißen. Wie heißt du? Se. Okay, heißen. Okay, and now we come to this page, which we learn actually a couple of words and their articles, and they're really, really useful. So, das Taxi. Okay, das Taxi. So, this one is das. So, the taxi is has a das neutral article, and then we have der. Okay, Café. Der Café. And then we have pizza, die Pizza. Okay. And as we just learned here, is set. Okay, so when you want to pronounce it in the middle of the word, you say pizza. You see? Okay, pizza. And now here are some other words actually, like die Tomate. It means a tomato. Die Jacke, jacket. Das Müsli. Okay, it's not musli, it's muesli. Das muesli, which is cereal, okay, the ones that we have in the breakfast. Die Jeans. And this one, die Jeans is plural actually. Okay. And it's always plural. Okay. And then we have Auto, which is a car. Das Auto is the car. And die Bluse, die Bluse, the T, okay, you don't say T, okay, you pronounce it as the T, okay, T. And then we have Bus, it's bus in English, but in German it's der Bus. And then the ones that we always love to have is das Bier, the beer, das Bier. Okay. And here we have another word. It's the computer actually. It means der computer, the computer. And always remember, if there is a er at the end of the word, of the verb, or of the word actually, you just pronounce it as computer, for example. Okay, you don't say computer, you say computer. And it's just the last part, like when it comes to it just fades away, okay? Or for example, there is this word, das Wasser. It means water. Okay, water, right? So you say das Wasser. Okay, it means water.